And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan, and of course, Baby A, once again bringing you my thoughts and review for last night's episode of The Flash, Season 7, Episode 5. Gotta say, right off the bat, this episode was awesome. I enjoyed this episode very, very much. Because normally when we get The Flash, we get the typical villain, sets up the big villain that's gonna show up. But normally the villains are like, they're okay bullies for the Flash to just zip across town to stop. But in this case, he had a problem fighting this villain who had the power to, I guess, be kind of like Freddy Krueger in a way. If Freddy Krueger gave you nightmares during the daytime. That's right, this guy wore a purple mask and he acted like a gentleman in a weird way. And every time he looked at somebody, he will give them nightmares and visions, and they will see their worst nightmares come true. And he was basically an effective villain for the whole most of the episode. You see Barry trying to struggle how to stop this guy. While that all happened, you have Cecile having some problems with her powers, which was like okay, because she's kind of connected in a psychic way to this villain. And then of course there was another problem when Caitlin and Killer Frost officially split. So Caitlin was two people. So basically, Daniela Panabaker played herself and, of course, played Killer Frost simultaneously. So we got to see that as well, which was actually pretty cool. We actually got a really cool scene with Daniela Panabaker's character, Caitlin, talking to Killer Frost, face to face. So that was challenging for her. So I thought she did a really good job with that. That was pretty cool. The villain, like I said, was very cool. They literally had to get Cecile to get into the Thinker's chair and use her powers to try to stop this guy, because he was basically sending his powers towards the whole city to give them all nightmares. So that was pretty interesting. Very, very cool. All that happened, and then we got to see Barry's worst nightmare, seeing everybody die. We saw Cisco. His worst nightmare was losing Camille. Of course, Killer Frost got blasted as well. Her worst fear was the fact that Caitlin would turn on her and turn her into the police. And yeah, because we all know Killer Frost is reformed, and that was her biggest fear, that now that she's her own person, Caitlin's not gonna want to be with her anymore. But she still wants to be her own person, because there was a moment in the episode where you see Cisco try to bring back the Firestorm Matrix, try to fix it where it can have them both fused back together. But I don't think Killer Frost wants that. I think Killer Frost wants to be her own person, which is going to be cool seeing Daniela Panabaker play two characters in here. It's going to be more of a challenge. So that's going to be very fun to see moving forward. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And also, we also got this mystery police woman working for the governor, apparently, who goes to see Joe in the police station. And then, of course, Iris pretended to be kind of like Lois Lane, where Lois Lane will snip out a story and just figure out what's going on with this secret mystery person. That's what Iris did. Iris just looks at this girl and just goes, huh. And then she comes back with a file that this woman was a former Marine, and she has no idea why she's doing there. She used to be in Gotham at one point. Then we find out the truth that she's after Killer Frost. She wants to arrest her or something, which could mean that Killer Frost could go back to being bad if she feels like she's going to be betrayed by everybody who supposedly cares for her, or the fact that now they all going to have to protect her. Hard to say. And of course, we also got to see the Speed Force kind of come to life in Nora Allen showing up, as the Speed Force is now kind of like gone wacky again. And I guess, like, if you remember the first episode when the lightning struck and a whole bunch of different colors showed up, apparently there are bad guys from there coming in, and now they're coming after Nora, and Barry's powers are starting to go wanky again. So yeah, very interesting episode. Had a lot of fun with it. Cecile being like the hero that they needed to stop this villain, that was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed this episode a lot. There was a lot of cool moments. That villain was cool. I enjoyed him. Very different from what we normally see from a villain, but I am glad that we got to see the team struggle a little bit, because normally when Barry finds a villain, he struggles in the beginning, and then by the second half, he's already stopped them. And then the big threat shows up, and then they're like, "Oh, we gotta stop that one." Cut to the next episode. No, this one he had problems literally twice with this guy. First vision he saw Savitar and Reverse Flash killing him, so there was that. Second time he saw, Iris, Cisco all dying in front of him, being scared about having doubts of being who he is. So yeah, that was actually very interesting stuff. So I enjoyed it. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.